Hello and welcome to another video. I'm level 96. I skipped the day 2 update just because the recordings were really bad. My voice was still like shot and yeah. Um, anyways, characters doing fine. I've got some pretty good gear now. I have these double convert gloves. I'm not entirely certain what I'm going to be doing with them, but basically I YOLO Veiled Orb. After ult spamming, I hit life, regold, YOLO Veiled Orb, unlocked a prefix. So yeah, going pretty good. I will probably end up doing a prefixes cannot be changed, and then Reforge Chaos. That's probably what I'll end up doing, if I even plan on using these gloves long term. But for now, they're really nice. I have like 90 something percent conversion. I am finishing the conversion through using a Watcher's Eye. So I have a Fizz and Elemental dagger. Obviously, this is not ideal. Like, I'm kind of in an in-between right now of should I really focus on going Fizz Convert? Should I do Elemental and, like, scale Wrath and everything else? Additionally, I'm using a Heat Shiver. There's going to be, like, some bossing and everything else like that after this Yap session. But, yeah, Scorch through Dawnbreaker. I got the Taming. I got the Respite cards from the ritual mechanic, and then I just already had the other 2 rings, so easy pickup. This ring has got to go. I don't really need the extra strength from it. However, I don't really have another base that I want to craft on. Additionally, I need to replace this chest armor. There's a lot of additional upgrades that I want to make. I want to use one of the new hybrid bases. Even if I take this ring off, I have enough armor or not armor, strength to equip an armor evasion hybrid, even the highest tier one. I do have some bases, I just gotta craft them. I have a Shock Avoid coming from a jewel. I do not have Ignite Avoid currently in the build, but it is what it is. Once I get more Chaos Res through like a ring and the gloves, and I switch to a different body armor, then I'm going to be dropping this for Taste of Hate. Where is it? Right here. I have Taste of Hate. I think this will be good for like elemental damage mitigation, because if you take like, let's say you take 100,000, or let's just say 100 damage, 75% of it is getting reduced from the fire. Like, let's say it's 100 fire damage, 75% is getting reduced by 75, and then the extra like 25 will get reduced from the cold res, and then this gives you more cold res. So I think in general it's still good, especially for like pen mobs. I don't really know if pen is really a thing outside of Ubers and like Shaper and stuff like that, but depending on how things are with pen, this is potentially really good in those applications. Additionally, it just gives you a little bit extra like comfiness against like the bigger hits. So I don't know. It really depends on whether or not I feel like using it. Another thing that I could probably do is just use an Series Promise, but I just don't have any. So I'm just using this as a placeholder. I'm using the crit chance one because there's a lot of times in maps where rares die way too fast for me to really like stack up frenzy chart or power charges. So I just feel like getting the crit chance here is definitely worth it. I have a shield 8 passive, and then I have a crit passive here. Just area of effect multiplier, and then damage and crit chance. I also don't have the additional power charge here. Power charges, if you go to like your charge information here, critical strike chance per power charge. It's only 50%, so dropping that to like be able to pick up like this is fine with me. Type of a situation. I'm really strapped on points, so like everything has to have like a meaning in the build. I am pathing up here because even though this is like an extra, what is it? Yeah, in comparison to taking this node, and the Leech Mastery for instant, this is actually like substantially more damage. So for bosses, this is really, really nice. Additionally, this extra int, if I switch over to using a Wrath instead of Hatred and like this conversion stuff that I'm doing right now, this int will help me reach that cap without having to really recraft a ton of gear. Another option is potentially using an Anger, but I haven't really looked into it. I'm thinking more Wrath because this Light of Meaning that I have is a lightning damage one. Obviously, I'm going to be farming more Ritual, so I may switch to a different one if I get a different Light of Meaning. It's really hard to not call this jewel Parandus Pact because, I don't know, I said Parandus Pact like 7,000 times I feel like last league. So to me this is still just going to be Parandus Pact, so if I ever say Parandus Pact while talking about the Light of Meaning, this is the jewel that I'm referring to in that context. There is a rare chance with Ritual where one of the encounters, like, I got like 7 of the boss fights at once as like a reward, and I had to defer all of them because I'm like, how am I supposed to defer this many? And then I re-rolled it and I got like 2 additional, and then I re-rolled it and I got 1 additional. So there is some weird ritual window that will just poop out the boss fights. Just poop them out. I don't know if anybody farming ritual has talked about it. It happened to me. Maybe it's just like super rare or super lucky. I have no idea. But it happened. One other thing to note about my build right now is that I am using this mastery to reduce the mana cost instead of this one, just because I wanted to try something out. Ended up not really being what I want. Additionally, I need like 17 more levels in order to have enough passive points to do what I want to do on the passive tree, but obviously I'm not getting like 17 more passive points, so I don't really know what I'm supposed to do. There's just so much good, efficient stuff all within a small window that I want to take advantage of, and that's a problem. So, dropping any physical as extra type bullshit, like this node, it's nice when I can freeze a boss, but most of like the pinnacle bosses, I don't think I'm ever going to freeze. So I think honestly dropping all of this, dropping all the conversion stuff, obviously this is conditional on having a good weapon, means that I can basically like invest more into a cluster jewel. I can get a lot of the other stuff that I want out of the build. Additionally, if I feel like I need like effective ailment, there is literally this node right here, which is 20%, so it'll make some level of an impact. But yeah, there's just so much within like a small window. It's all congested. I really want to take advantage of a lot of it. There's also the off chance that at least for an endgame bossing build, because I have this chest here, it's obviously not crafted the way that I want it to. It's good enough, it's serviceable. I just don't have the Eater Exarch stuff on it. If I get Fortify and if I get Fortify on it, I'll start using it. But there's a chance, because I did hit 2 white sockets on it, that I can use like Conk Effect instead of like a multi-strike, because it has 1 red socket, and that 1 red socket would go to Pulve, I think, for the sake of a 6-link Blade Flurry. But using a Blade Flurry for single target with like proper links is so much more damage than using the Reave. So I will probably have a Blade Flurry swap for bosses to make it better at a bossing character. Like I will have the showcases to prove it, but I've been doing a lot of my bossing. I've done literally all of my Atlas completion. This is the only character I have in the league. So everything has been coming from this one character. I really need a farm shaper, but like there's so much other stuff that I want to do to like improve the build that I don't even want to attempt shaper because I know how much of a time sink it is. But maybe I should do it now that I'm level 96. I don't know, because I could probably bang it out in like 2-3 hours, get Uber Elder down, and go about my day living life with a full atlas. So I should probably do it. I've just been procrastinating it because I just don't want to. Like that's really all it is. I just don't want to. I probably have enough DPS to like just bulldoze through it and force it, but maybe I'll do it. Maybe I won't. One other thing that I have here is I have an Awakened GMP. This dropped. So yeah, I got that from like one of the few Mavens that I've done. I have another Maven. I'll probably do the Maven. If I do the Maven, I'll record it and I'll toss it in at the very end. I'm not the greatest Maven runner. I'll probably die once or twice. But it is what it is. Anyways, that's it for this video. I'll leave you to enjoy all the gameplay footage. Peace.
Those filthy opportunists will be run you through! Be washed away! Face the wrath of the sea! Run you through! Be washed away! Face the wrath of the sea!